Alright. Let's turn this the fuck down. How's the volume when it gets shipped to YouTube, by the way? I feel like,
I feel like it's pretty good. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of just kind of stick with
Like I've
this.
never thought it's quiet
Yeah,
or
yeah,
overly
yeah.
loud.
Because when I use my speakers, it's quiet, but when I put my headphones on, the sound is pretty, like, normalized, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I find just what you're listening to it through can have a big impact.
Oh, totally, man. Just like even, that music I was making a while ago?
Yeah, yeah.
That shit was like, sometimes like, I've like bassy headphones, or not
Yeah.
bassy headphones, but I have the bass turned down on my speakers, so
Okay.
then you can barely hear the bass. But it's just like with your presets, just like modified on your like, on your output end, it could just
Yeah.
totally affect like the music.
Oh
Like
yeah, it's crazy.
people times like I'm like, yeah, man, I had to turn down the bass. He's like, I could barely hear it. I'm like, what do you mean? It's so loud. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, my presets are fucked.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that's why people spend money on good speakers.
Um, I don't know this guy.
Okay, who did the most recent guy I sent you, I think, is Justin.
Oh yeah, I didn't turn on the stream. Whoops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I always forget to do this. You gotta remind me because I'm not gonna
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. Okay. Oh, this is Jacob. He is a three-stripe white belt,
Nice,
MMA guy.
cool. All
Lots of
right,
block.
I already noticed he's way too fucking close to you.
Okay.
This is the kill zone.
Kill
So
zone.
you should be reaching out for his legs right now. He's not really like protecting anything.
Okay.
Yeah, don't let him do this. Um, Definitely that's like one thing. I mean, I'm not telling you to be like a spazzy psycho, but just be more aggressive. Like look at his leg. Grab it.
Yeah, I am very chill when it comes to it. Like I'm just here to roll around and play. But it's yeah,
Yeah, but
it
there's
probably
like
needs
there's
my
like points where it's like it's necessary, you know what I mean? Like
like get it going, right?
I'm
Like
not
get it
I'm not
moving.
saying like it be explosive, but you see like what he's doing isn't like it's not aggressive, right? Like this isn't going to hurt your feelings,
No.
but if he wanted to just sit there and fuck around and hand fight, then it's like, you know what I mean? It's to his
Right.
disadvantage. So
Yeah.
like, he's not being mean here, but he's aggressive. Like
Right,
there's
he's
a
just
line.
getting it moving. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like you should really have just you could have just snagged his leg like before any of this
Right.
happened.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's still like, kind of playing the game. He's not trying to smash you over, but you
Yeah.
see how like that's what I mean by like aggressive aggression, like not
Yeah.
necessarily like aggressive, but like aggression.
Aggression. Yeah, yeah. Forward movement, like you're trying to get shit
Yeah,
going.
exactly. Knee shield. So a scoop, maybe a single leg X hook, like a. Okay, this is not a bad idea. You're probably not going to work out. The sprawl definitely won't work out in his favor.
He was grabbing his pants, and I'm like, dude, can you grab sweatpants? I'm like,
I mean,
is this
fuck.
allowed?
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do, dude.
Do what you gotta do, man.
Sometimes in those light rolls, you just got to gouge an eye if you can't tap the
Yeah.
guy.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's all that matters, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a crime. Let go of the
Man,
head.
this guillotine was so in, like it was deep, and I felt the sweep coming.
Yeah, his head's on the wrong side to actually finish the guillotine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you need to crunch him down this way.
Oh, I see. Right, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
like to be on that
so if you
side.
were to like clear his leg, if he
Mhm.
clears your leg into like a half guard or something,
Yeah, he's got
then
an underhook
yeah, he's got
already.
it. But if you know
Yeah,
you can like get him into close guard again, yeah, then holding on to that's good.
yeah.
So
I was yeah trying to work out that half guard, but
yeah, like I can see you're kind of fishing to get your leg out.
yeah.
But yeah, technically this is on the wrong side. Like if he passes, like you couldn't keep committing to this.
Mm-hmm.
But totally, like
Definitely
I don't even want my foot on the back here. Usually I have like right here. He gives you space.
butterfly.
Yeah, like right here, I
Yeah,
would just go a butterfly hook, and then the sweep is pretty much guaranteed.
it's secured. Yeah, fair
Yeah,
point.
like you could technically just like push off your toes on this bottom leg and maybe
Yeah,
get it, but
yeah.
that's like not that it's sketchy. It's just weird because if you put your toes on the mat and he hops over, then it's like, kind of fucked.
Right.
But if
Yeah.
you go butterfly hook, he couldn't really get that. Like he couldn't really jump into you. It would be too
Hmm.
sticky,
Yeah.
and then you'll probably sweep that way. But
Could
yeah,
yeah probably finish it because I've got an overhook on
totally.
the
Like
bottom side there.
yeah, yeah. Overhook, and like a chin strap. Great stuff.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
like in no gi, the butterfly guard becomes even more important than gi.
It
Like
seems like it.
I'd rank like butterfly guard as like next to reverse de la Hiva is like the most important open guard you need to know. Like, because
Okay.
single leg X and X guard are great. Like you have to know those. Those are all like essential. But I feel like butterfly guard's usefulness and utility cannot be uh uh overplayed. Because like
Right.
when you think about an X guard is a reverse butterfly hook and a butterfly hook, right? But if you remove one of them, now you're in a butterfly guard with one hook, and if you put the outside, like the reverse butterfly hook or whatever you want to call it, the butterfly hook on the outside, it's like a single leg X. So like
Right.
all those like open guard positions are basically defined by butterfly hooks,
Hmm. Well, that's
and
interesting. Yeah.
and so I can't even over. It's like kind of a difficult concept to explain to somebody. Like, but it makes a lot of sense when you start leg locking, when you define open guard as a reverse butterfly hook and a regular butterfly hook, and a lot of it is literally just fucking like defined by reverse or regular butterfly hooks, and then you just basically like name the positions like that waiter sweep position that you were in the other day. That could also be defined as like a butterfly guard because you have a reverse butterfly hook and the other leg is over
Right.
the leg.
Yeah.
But then if you were to retract that leg, it's an X guard, and if you were to retract the original butterfly hook, it's single leg X. That's getting too meta,
It is meta, but yeah. No,
but
I
yeah,
appreciate that.
butterfly hooks. I can't emphasize how like useful they
Okay.
are,
Yeah.
and you could make this work without it. But these being heavy,
He
like
he and he's a big boy too. I think he's got to be
yeah, that's the thing. It's
200
like
at
you're
least.
like
200.
200 pounds, right? Like, am I
Yeah,
crazy?
I'm on the bottom side of 200. Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone's bigger than you. What?
I know. Like how's I know. I'm like I was expecting to be the big guy here, and it's like man, it seems like
Yeah,
half the guys
I
here.
remember, dude. I was 100 and like fucking 40 pounds rolling at leading edge.
Oh,
Oh,
dude, that would be.
you're
I'm.
looking. I know what you're doing here.
Yeah, you know what I'm doing. Yeah,
Does
yeah.
it
But he
work
was
though?
just. Yeah,
He's
it
too
doesn't work.
tight. He's too
Yeah,
tight.
that's exactly his big head was in the way. So.
Oh, I thought you got your leg in. Oh, never mind. Okay, so this is really good. So he did a lot. I mean, off that tangent, he's doing a lot of good shit right here, intentionally or not. But usually, a lot of these MMA guys are really good at keeping their everything kind of tight and safe. And when he clears that leg on the bottom there, you know, now it's like it should be difficult for him to do this if you use this arm on his knee.
Oh, on the knee, of
Yeah, you go to
course.
the knee because like what
Obviously.
ultimately finishes this is closing the knee. Do you remember me
Yeah.
saying this? When
Yep.
he
Oh, yeah.
closes the knee off, now you can't bring your knee in anymore.
Now it's yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you're able to stop him from getting his knee to the mat or like closing it to your thigh, then
Hmm.
there's no leverage, right? So you imagine if his knee was pointing towards the camera right now, there'd
Hmm.
be like no leverage for him to squeeze. Like the only people who fucking do this are like Instagram influencers, like doing that like adductor exercise
Okay. Right.
where they
Yeah. Yeah.
squeeze their knees, or like fucking people from the
Yeah.
70s. Like no, like
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if they've got that type of squeezing strength with their legs that could overpower your arm, like there's there's probably a lot
Right.
more other strength that they possess that you should
Yeah.
have to worry about first.
Just quit. Yeah.
But
Right. Yeah.
but you look at this. This is a near side underhook body lock.
Yeah.
This is how I define it. But he
Yeah.
basically just passed it with his head on the wrong side. So one thing that really prevents this is pushing on the knee right here,
Okay.
not
Yep.
the hip, and this butterfly hook.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, yeah. And also, if you know what the John Wayne sweep is,
Yeah. I remember you telling me about it a few times. Yeah.
yeah, Matt
Did
Veal,
you do it from here
or
though?
yeah, totally, because
Okay.
it's half guard, right? When you think about
It
it,
is right. Yeah.
It's a
I
half
thought it
guard,
was.
but it's kind
I
of a
thought the head had to be on the other side.
yeah, it's a scuffed half guard. But
Okay.
Matt would probably call it the knee lever if he follows Danaher. I
Okay.
call it the John Wayne because I've known him for years like that. But um, you would put your feet together, snap him really quickly to the left. Probably won't sweep him. You might, but he's gonna post this arm. And when he posts that arm, you go underhook and you scoop that, and now you're in tight waist underhook.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
I can see it
because the
perfectly.
problem is he has base here, right? His
Yeah.
hands on the mat, and you're not punishing it. Like his head is like technically you might even be able to scoop this leg and bridge him because his head is so low, right, compared to his hips.
I see. Yep.
You
Yep.
know, so there's a few ways you can go about this, but the most fundamental, in my opinion, is either the knee lever or John Wayne sweep, or pushing at this knee, or um, or butterfly hook. Those are
Right.
kind of things I would look for. So anytime you're in this position, butterfly hooks are always good to just think about, and even if you fuck them up or the circumstance isn't correct, like you'll eventually just kind of parse through like when you should do it and when you should not.
Right.
But yeah, now he's got a crossface. He's scissoring. He's not scissoring his legs just yet. Yeah, now the pressure's on. He's too
And
far
his
away.
pressure is enormous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he like out out of many people I roll, his pressure is probably some of the worst.
Yeah, he could
Like,
blade his stance a little more to create more shoulder pressure, but he's already kind of given it to you. What you don't want to happen is either A, escape this leg or
yeah,
him to put a butterfly hook on.
yeah,
And
and
usually
I'm
this
pretty sure.
butterfly hook is the oh, that's good for you though. This is really good for you. Oh, just side whip. So, um you get it you just basically slap everything to your right.
Slap everything to my right.
Yeah. You just
Okay.
basically
So,
you basically just smack him with your bicep and he falls cuz you blocked the knee.
yeah.
And now you just slap them and go to the left.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, okay.
Yeah, dude. You just ask Matt about those techniques. I'll type them actually.
Please do. Yeah.
Uh, this is what Danaher calls them: knee
Okay.
lever, side whip. There you go. Ask him about those two
Cool.
techniques.
Thank
That's
you.
all you need. Like you just need those two techniques,
Okay.
and you could navigate that whole position. Okay, he's got a really solid crossface. Nice transition. So you need to bridge and get this arm on in front of the face. Until you do
Right.
that, you can't. You don't have shit. Like you've got hip control, but hip control doesn't necessarily stop his ability to go knee on belly.
Right.
And he does an excellent job. He's kind of in limbo right now, so he's bridgeable. You could probably bridge him and get your arm out, so he doesn't bring this to your head. Because he has no control of your hips right now.
Okay.
I wouldn't. The way you kind of save your arm here is to force him
Yeah.
to post. Even if you just take your knee and hit him in the tailbone.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good. Fighting with the feet's excellent. Okay, get his hands on the mat. Nice, nice. Yes. Okay, so just
Okay.
remember.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is excellent. Just remember elbow knee escape. So bridge
Yeah.
elbow knee escape, bridge elbow knee escape, bridge elbow knee escape.
Yeah.
Like our guys are pretty good at this right now. Bridge elbow knee escape. This is like I think a really essential thing to know at white belt. It
Yeah.
saves you so much because like you don't get your back taken as often, right? Because if you push this knee and there's a bit of a gap, you might even be able to just take your legs out for single leg X. Like
Right.
just
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so much good happens when you think of about the elbow knee escape. Like when you do this against like Brady, he's probably gonna triangle choke you, but that's this is like this guy is probably not gonna do that. So if you could think like elbow knee escape, like he kind of has your wrist here, but
Yeah, he's got it pinned. Yeah, and I
yeah,
kind of realized, like, even when I was doing it, I'm like, I can't fucking get anything out of this because my arm's pinned.
that's when you just think of like a box frame, like a frame, like one
Yeah.
along the hip, and then your bottom arm, like that's pinned to the mat, is grabbing your wrist, and that way your hands are safe that way.
Right, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
always make those frames on the hip. If
Yeah.
I'm sure Matt's showing you this is pretty like generic, but
Oh yeah. I think I'm I think I've got a fairly good habit of getting like that, the hip barred and then the
you do
hand.
one. You always have your left arm across the waist.
Yeah,
Next thing you have to do is bring that other hand and grab that wrist
right. And then get that elbow either like
on the
right on the
mat
knee
or
or
at his
yeah,
knee. Yeah, if you
right.
can
Yeah.
do that all the time, you'll be safe. As long as you understand like how to protect your neck or when to protect your neck, then you're good,
Yeah.
right? But you can evaluate the level of risk, the level of risk you got here, because you do a good job. Like this is really good. You fight the feet. He can't really like create the pressure, so he backs off. Maybe he just felt bad for you. I don't know, but he's here. What's the chances of him choking you? Like pretty low, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right now here, still pretty low because his hands are on the mat. So now your frame should be in. If your frame is in right now, he can't pin your wrist. He can't get
Yeah.
closer to you and mount. And
Yep.
so even if he's here trying to choke you, probably not going to happen. And if your arms across his waist, he can't really triangle choke you or arm bar you. So
Yeah.
like you're
No
pretty much
advantage.
safe from the standard shit, you know. But yeah, you managed to get your wrist pinned. So as long as you could think like kick him in the ass like you just did, and then
Yeah.
like hit that frame quickly,
Yeah,
and
get to it quick. Okay. No, that's a good point. I'm always getting caught with my hands above my shoulders, so that's
yeah,
a good little
yeah.
reminder.
And what you're doing here is like exactly what you would want to do, except you would have your arm in this case and to
Yeah,
fight that,
exactly.
right?
Have the elbow, yeah,
Yeah, and
pushing the
that's
foot.
that's all. Like, look how big this gap is. You could probably just put your
Hmm.
arms out, but oh, you do. You get, oh, not one. You got to put both. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's nice. But this is what the elbow knee escape usually frees up. This was a mistake on his part,
Right, okay.
because he needs to close his knee.
Yeah.
His knee is really open, and then when
Yeah.
you kind of shift around, yeah, you bridge your hips and then you retract them again, and
Yeah.
then now there's this big gap, and he doesn't fix it.
Yeah.
So he should really put his knee on the mat or like close his knee towards your legs, if that makes sense.
Yep,
Like
absolutely.
show the heel or the sole of his foot to your face. He should
Yeah.
do that, or he should do the exact opposite of that and put his knee on the mat, or like go back to knee on belly or something. But
Hmm.
if you do this with a knee on belly, or with a elbow knee escape, your success like triples. Like because this
Okay.
is an error on his part for not fixing it.
Yeah.
But this is what an elbow knee escape will like turn into if you had like frames on the knee and the hip,
Okay.
because it'll just force space in there. And yeah, you make a good call. Try to put both arms out, but this worked out.
Yeah. I was just like, as soon as I did it, I'm like, I think I'm confident that I'm not going to get triangled, but it was if it
Yeah,
was
dude,
against someone else,
that's
I would have
totally
been
a
screwed.
judgment call, right? Like,
Yeah, it just I felt it in the moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is a legitimate escape. I think you turned out the opposite way though. Let me. You bring your right shoulder through first. Wait. Yeah, so you went the opposite way, which is usually typical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, usually if you're on your right side and you shoot your left arm through first, you're gonna use that to club the guy's leg and slide out all the way. Your chest would face to the outside of the body usually.
Yes.
That
Oh,
way,
okay.
they can't triangle choke you.
It reduced the chances of triangling, yeah,
Yeah,
because
because you
your
turn the
arms
other
are
way,
on
so
that
they have
side.
to chase you over the top and try to armbar you.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty difficult. But yeah, I wouldn't like really. We don't teach this in fundamentals at all.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it a regular
But
thing.
yeah, you'd expose your chest the other direction so they can't sit to close guard, and you would
Okay.
treat it like a single leg takedown if that makes sense. Because you
Yeah.
would be on this side and you would have like a single leg takedown basically.
Right.
Like yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's not a fundamental move, but it's definitely like yeah. If you feel it, fucking do it. That's
Hmm.
good.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't even know what hit him, dude. The thunder from down under, dude.
The thunder from the...
He's like, oh shit.
He's like, oh man,
Man, I should have grown my beard out. That wouldn't have happened. Should have been longer, dude.
Needed a longer beard, dude. Yeah.
Oh, fix that. Don't leave your foot there. Don't leave your foot there. Start scooting scoot those hips. Yes. Scoot the hips. Honestly, just tuck this knee underneath his legs.
Okay.
And then go to your
Okay.
knees.
I think that's what I do in a second, but that's a good just a good
Just right
confirmation.
away. Just right
Yeah.
away, man. Like,
Just to turn his hips away. Or
yeah.
at least
Because, like, I
reduce his
like to
ability to
pinch
turn
my
back in.
elbow and my knee underneath their tailbone if I'm in this low position.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
reverse Keza is, like, easy, you know? Like, you're in a
Hmm.
reverse Keza, but
Without head control, but yeah.
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 Yeah. Like, this is okay. This worked out. I think you're still a little bit too low. If he wants to explode, he could probably bring his knee in. But
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
rather.
definitely too low.
I
I was
always
still working.
like I don't ever greed. Like it's very important at my level that you never chase the head like what you're doing
Yes.
right now. You're in this middle zone, and this middle zone does not work in like under pressure. Like
Okay.
if he were to explode, push on your head and hip escape as hard as it could, those knees are
Yeah.
coming in like for sure,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And you'd have to Toriando pass to react or something, right? So I
Okay.
like to shove my knee in there and pinch my elbow and knee together by his tailbone, and that stacks his feet. So if he ever
Okay.
wants to hip escape, it's very difficult for him. And if he does,
Mm.
it just leaves his head open. It leaves an underhook open. It leaves like it exposes a lot of stuff. But when you're here, his hips are still like loose. You know what I mean? Like you don't have
Yeah.
like that much of a squeeze. Like when you get lower and you like pinch the knees together, basically, like you don't have to squeeze very hard to have more of a squeeze, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like
Absolutely.
imagine squeezing like a 17-inch ball. You know what I mean? Like your arms are like super wide and you're trying to squeeze it together, but
Yep.
now squeeze like a 6-inch ball. Like
Mhm.
it's much easier, you know, like a
Much easier.
medicine ball.
Yeah.
Like a medicine ball is a lot easier to squeeze because your body's tight and close
Mhm.
together, and squeezing a fucking like an exercise ball is difficult because your arms are so much wider. If that makes sense, like you get
You're just
leverage.
more powerful the closer you are.
Yeah, and so like the
Mm.
waist is like one of the like widest parts of the body,
Right.
especially if you're American. So, so yeah, like pinching at the legs, like legs are just so much easier to squeeze, like just like legs and knees
Yeah.
than
Okay. I
trying
get
to
that.
like squeeze an upper body because it's just how the width of it like you just more mechanically advantaged. Also, your weight is more evenly distributed over the waist, and obviously like you can't hip escape if you can't control your hips, but the higher I control your upper body, the more the hips can move. But obviously if you have like a strong crossface and the legs are out or the arms are out, then your crossface is effective. But
Mm.
either you want
Right.
to be super low or super high. Those are kind of the
Yeah.
two. Yeah,
And the
that's kind of
death zone's in the middle.
yeah. Like now you fixed it. This is good. This is what you want. Exactly what you
Yeah.
want. Actually, this is great. You're a little
No.
high, but yeah. That's good that you fixed that because you probably felt that like
Yeah. I
yeah
felt his legs just like yeah, there was too much potential there. It like pretty much what you're saying. I wouldn't have been able to tell you
yeah.
that
This
it was
is good.
because his legs weren't stacked,
Yeah,
but
look at how he's trying to hip escape. He's got fuck all, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. Generally, I don't go to the head. I go reverse Keza, but that's just me.
Okay.
I go near side underhook or reverse Keza, but yeah, look at this. So this is danger zone. Yes, dude. It buffers right here for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know
Oh
why,
yeah.
but yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, now he has no
Yeah.
power. He has no power at
Yeah.
all, right?
Yeah.
Now, like you can sit your hip out and go and scoot your hips up towards his head like those drills we've done in the past.
Yep. Yeah.
Or
Sort of like the north-south things.
yeah, or you take this
Or,
far
yeah.
arm and you dig underneath his elbow and then go near side under.
And pull
Crossface
it
is
up.
okay. It's just look how far away you are though.
Yeah. Very far. Yeah.
So like this is
Could have
when
been
he has
armbarred and shit.
this is when he has a chance to retract his leg. If you go near side underhook though, it's very tricky for him to retract his leg because you still have that squeeze, and then you slowly shift up. But I don't want to like corrupt your mind too much because like obviously what Matt's teaching you is probably following something that he teaches like his style. We personally teach near side underhook and not crossface from here, but
Right.
From what
Come to
I've
think of
seen,
it, yeah, I don't even know.
you guys just stay reverse Keza.
I think,
See now,
yeah, I
he
don't
has
even
that
know if
elbow
we've
in.
really specifically done that. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, like now
Now he get
I have to
the
get through an
if you go
obstacle.
crossface, now look at the space it's gonna open.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, because you're in that middle zone again, right?
Yep.
If you go
Yep.
near side underhook though, you don't need to. The middle zone, you shift through past the middle zone very easily because he doesn't have leverage on your hip. And if he pushes on your head, the fuck is that even doing? You know, like you just keep shifting up until he turns away. If he turns away, you take his back, or you hit the wall. You know, who knows? But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, this all kind of this happened because you went crossface, and there's
Yep.
this gap, right? So now you don't really have good control of the hips anymore because he's got a frame in. This is a good call, beautiful, and it works out. Looks like it's working out. Oh no, nice. Oh, if you know this move called the Grape Popper or the Hegan Twister, you could do this
No, I
Hegan.
don't know.
You could do the Hegan. It's like borderline illegal, but the Hegan Twister is a fucking move from here. You actually to do the Hegan Twister, you keep like this leg or arm across his face like this,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
you put this whole leg through, and then you hook that bottom leg and you
I
twist
can
him like
totally
a
picture that.
you ring
Oh
him
my
like a tail. It's
god.
called the
Yeah.
Hegan Twister, dude. And it's like it's technically legal because it's a spine compression like or like a spinal
Okay.
twist technique. However, you're
Oh,
allowed to do spinal compressions as long as you're choking somebody. Is the IBJJF rule?
oh, that's as long as you're choking them as well.
Yeah, that's the rule.
That's funny.
Yeah, let's check this out again in just full speed because I stopped it a lot there. So everything's good here, but I noticed like you feel like you hit a wall here because he's too stiff,
Yep. Yeah, yeah.
and then you go up and you feel like holy shit, it's getting loose. Yes, and then it buffers here for some reason. This is great, right? You now his elbows off the mat. Like I would just drop this hip to the mat and try to smash everything up. Like I wouldn't. I would. You could 100% just commit to reverse Keza here. But yeah, now it gets a little loose. Now it's a lot looser, and
Yeah.
then he makes his grand escape. He does this like Turkish get up. Like, by the way, this is a good thing to understand here. One thing he actually did wrong here is he's trying to get up on his elbow. Not very powerful, right? Like,
Yeah, right.
now
Yeah.
if he were to retract his elbow underneath him, and then use his feet to gain him height, and then go to his elbow, you know,
Right.
because his center of mass is on his shoulder right now. But what he should do is actually pull his knee underneath his like ribs, and then use his legs to give him space to get up on that elbow. If you can kind of
Okay.
understand what I'm saying.
I think I can picture it. Yeah.
Should like send you a snap, but he should be retracting this underneath him, and then using his body to help him get up to his elbow, and then use the
Okay.
elbow to explode up, right? Because
Yeah.
right now he's trying
Yeah.
to do like a push up off his elbow. It's too hard,
Yeah.
right?
Weak, right? Like rear
Very
delts are
weak.
weak.
But if this is
Yeah.
underneath him, he could use his leverage, like because
I see what you're
he
saying.
has to put his weight and your weight on that elbow.
Yeah.
No way, right? Like
No. And I'm pushing off my toes like I'm
yeah,
heavy here.
you know. But if you were to go on him, your weight would be on his stiff arm, and that's very weak. Like
Right.
like your skeletal structure could take like thousands of pounds, you know, like see
Yeah.
those fucking African tribes have those big giant fucking things over their head carrying them for miles, you know what I mean, like you know, if they can like trek like 40 liters of water on their neck, like I'm pretty sure the skeletal structure is pretty strong, you know.
Yeah.
And so no matter where you put this arm, you're going to be de-weighted, right? But the problem is he's trying to get. You see how he can't get that elbow, like he can't get up to his elbow, because he'd
Yeah.
have to de-weight you so much that you're light, but that's not going to happen in reality, right? But if he pulled that underneath himself, he could use that. He can use his bones to carry the weight, and then he uses his legs to get like that little gap to get up to his elbow, and then the elbow and shoulder and like far shoulder, like you'd make that nice T shape, and then he would have a lot of advantage.
A lot more muscle to use.
Yeah, it's just like
Hmm.
just gravity plus
More
like the
advantageous.
mat. You know what I mean? Like just yeah, leverage.
Yeah.
I'll yeah. I wonder if I could find like a exercise, but you imagine a side plank,
Yep.
right? But do a
Yep.
side plank and extend your elbow
Right.
out in
Yeah.
front of you.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
yeah,
Impossible.
that shit would be a fucking shoulder exercise. It'd be very
Yeah.
difficult, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, imagine doing a side plank, but now extend one arm up to your elbow. Now it's strong, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not like you're gonna fucking hole a guy there, but like at the very least, that's how you make the space. Because
Yeah.
if he makes space here, let's see, we'll do it again. Because what he did was great. He just made that one little mistake. I think this was he probably practices this. Oh, this is
I think this is after. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Right here.
Yeah, this is a good
Um,
escape, man. Like I do similar ones, right? Imagine if he just got like an extra inch,
Yep.
like he could put this bottom knee in,
Yep.
and then
Absolutely.
it'd be like pretty weird for you because if you came in, then it would be like a he would have like a knee on belly from bottom side control if that makes sense,
Yeah. Oh
or
yeah.
maybe
No.
you
We
might be
can
able
do
to
it.
slip a hook in for half guard or something. But if you got that extra little inch or two, like this is a different story because you're blocking him right now. You're still
Yeah.
blocking him, but if he was able to get your knee off the mat just a little bit, like even right now, like, but yeah, yeah, it's good. That'd be yeah, yeah. That'd be something for him to kind of practice.
Okay. Cool.
I can't really like show him obviously, but yeah, like think about it like a side plank.
Yeah.
Nice job. That was really good. It was actually yeah.
I felt like it was I could have been a little better.
You should really scoot your hips up.
Yeah. Push the
Yeah,
arm
remember that
more
drill? I
over.
really emphasized that.
Oh yeah. And I've done that one more than any other drill, so I'm not sure why I
This
didn't,
is
but
great. Yeah, yeah, but like tell you like he's not blocking you, right? So who cares if you scoot your legs up? Like
yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
wrist lock him
Is wrist lock incoming?
or wrist lock him. Oh, oh, woo, doggy. Yes, grab that. You could there's a really good Gordon Ryan video on how to get leverage from here.
Yeah.
You want to ratchet your head over to the far side. Walking your fingers is good, but I notice
I see
you're
what you're saying. Like just build the whole link and
yeah.
move the head,
Because
move the
what's gonna
spine.
happen here? This is very very common.
Yeah.
You'll eventually correct this just by doing it enough, but you're
Yeah.
flaring your elbow, right? Like
Yeah.
you're fighting his elbow with your elbow. Right now though, he has his back strength to fight you, like
Right.
his lat is squeezing,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
by default, you're gonna have to use your back, and your lat activates when you flare your elbow, right?
Right.
Or when
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
pull and do a row. Those are kind
Yeah.
of the two motions, right? So you're
Yeah.
fighting your back with his back. So when you start opening your elbow, you get more leverage. But what it does is that it creates space underneath you. And
For him to
when
pop through.
yeah, so look
Like
how
right
open your
here.
elbow is, right? And so if he gives
Yeah.
you a bump, your hand like you have to put more weight on your hand, and that's when he retracts his elbow, right?
Yeah. I see what you're
But
saying.
if you use your head and you're bringing it over the center line of his head, you're using your back, right? So just in your chair, squeeze your lat, right, and pretend like you're scooping that elbow, right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay, now flare your elbow and you'll feel like your lat like activate.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Now if you overemphasize it, now your lat loses contraction.
Right. It goes dead, sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you
yeah.
go
As
all
soon
the
as
way.
you by
Yeah.
the time you reach 90 degrees, it should feel very flat, right?
Yeah. But definitely.
So,
Yeah.
but the thing is, now, like face straight, and now turn your head off center, and now keep your lat tight the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my spine is moving, but my shoulder angle isn't
Yeah,
changing.
very powerful, right? And that's how
Cool.
Gordon's fucking Jacob Couch up because he uses
Oh,
that
okay.
idea, right? Now, you're
Okay.
not at risk of him getting out at this point, right? So, like, if you
Hmm.
want to feel that tension the whole time you're doing this, walking your fingers, nothing wrong with that. Just keep in
Yeah.
mind that, like, at a certain point when you walk your fingers and your arm is too far away from your body,
They're sucking it back in.
right? So imagine, put your fingers on your desk and walk it out, right? You
Yeah.
lose tension about halfway through, and
Yeah.
you have no more back strength, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in common, because now think about it, right? You're doing both at the same time. You're walking too far away from your body,
Hmm.
right here. Now you're losing tension, and your your elbow's getting away from your side, right? So you lose that tension. So even if a guy is strong, he might even be able to like clamp down on your elbow and bridge, you
Right.
know.
Yep.
So it's important that like not only just like this will work on people, but when people are stronger than you or two more talented than you, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to bring your head off center like to get all
Okay.
this leverage. And
Yeah.
that's what I think about is how that lat squeezes. And this is why people think I'm so strong. Like they're like, "Oh, you're strong for your weight," but it's not. It's not necessarily that. It's that like I'm able to keep the contraction the whole way, and that's what creates that like power, grappler
Yeah.
strength, as they say. But
Yeah.
head off center and ratchet that thing up. Gordon Ryan has a video on YouTube about it, and
Cool.
I think that's like an essential thing to understand because like as people are more precise here, they either squeeze on your arm when they feel that you have no more tension and they bridge you, or they do what he did, is this.
Right.
And a lot of that could have been prevented if you just kind of understood that concept. This is great. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking great. Yeah, that's all good. See, yeah, this is the, I feel like mounts one of your strengths and like control.
It feels the best to me.
Yeah, now scoop that elbow out. Yeah, scoop that elbow. Just go try to find that gap in the elbow.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Between the arm and the body.
Yeah, going for the wrist
Yeah.
isn't bad, but elbow is definitely king.
Okay.
Everything, that's all fine. Like that's nitpicky, but like what you did makes sense. It's just probably not the best. Like I would go for this elbow first rather than the wrist, but going for the wrist isn't technically wrong.
Hmm. But
But yeah,
try the arm bar first, and then
well, the armbar turns itself into the Kimura, right? So
that's right. Fair point.
imagine if you were to if you could separate the hands and pin it to the mat, then
Hmm.
you'd basically just transfer this underneath, right?
Yeah.
Because this is the arm that grabs your wrist,
Yeah.
right? But you imagine if you just started. Fuck off. You'd imagine if let's see, like right here, if you start at the elbow and you separate the hands, then you would just look to just switch this underneath
Yeah.
the elbow, and then you kind of work kind of in reverse.
Yeah.
Or if you snatch this and you go north south, it turns into a Kimura. So like just going to the elbow here is
True that. Yeah.
because then you just do like imagine if you had the elbow right now,
Yeah. That'd
you'd be
be
able to,
mine. Yeah.
he probably couldn't bump you, but two, like you'd be attached.
Yeah. No, fair point.
Yeah, but yeah, this is great. Turns like what you did isn't wrong, and that's why you like still ended up in a good position.
Mhm. There's
Nice.
other choices to make.
Yeah, that's a good round. Fuck. Yeah, he has to be a big guy. Jesus.
No, he's a big guy, man. He's super strong too.
You wore him out, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of good shit. But yeah, a couple things to clean up there. But yeah, it's still like you're on a good path. It's good.
Bro, I had Brady